Hey everyone!
Welcome back.
We are Jess and Greg of Drifter Journey.
Lupe's down here.
Lupe's passed out
Is
in the
she
grass.
out?
Yeah.
Anyways, today we're going to be telling you the ups and downs of our last Baja trip. And, right? Ups and downs?
Yeah. So we recently launched our last video in Baja for the season. We ended up making 27 episodes from our 3 months down across the border. And I did an Instagram poll and asked if you guys wanted a recap, and you said yes, so here we are.
Also, if you want to buy anything through our Amazon link below, it helps us out.
Yes.
I would say it keeps us on the road, but you're going to have another video coming real quick that we retired from the road. We are now homesteaders.
Yeah. Well,
kind of.
landowners.
We are landowners. We're living in that thing and
homeless.
trying to build a house. So we're gonna go over some of the positive things, and then I'm gonna go over some of the negative things, which we don't want to be too much of a downer, but I could probably pull it off in this one. I will start by telling you that this was probably my least favorite trip to Baja.
Yeah.
And I still love it, and I still would love to go every year if we could.
Yeah.
But
we'll tell you why.
we'll get
in a
stay
minute.
tuned.
Yeah.
To the end when we tell you that. So yeah, good things that came of this trip.
Right.
The dog.
Lupe
joined the family.
Yep. So we picked her up at Hunkalito Beach.
Hunkalito Beach outside of Laredo.
3 weeks into the journey, and you can go back and watch that episode. I will link it for you. But it was a pretty special change in our lives.
Yeah, and hers.
And hers.
She's a mountain dog now instead of a beach dog,
Yep.
which she seems to enjoy thoroughly.
She does, and she gets to sleep on the bed.
Yeah, that's
And
very recent.
She gets lots of pets, but she's been an amazing addition. She's a great dog, and we're so happy that we found her.
Yeah, hopefully we can give her the best life.
Yes.
Everybody, let's take a quick second to talk about the sponsor for this video and let you know how to get a discount on their products. This video is sponsored by Epic Water Filters. They're out of Colorado. They have water filters that go in Nalgene's for when you're hiking, and they also have products to filter tap water at your house. Check out their website. We got a link below for them, and use code DRIFTERJOURNEY, all caps, to get 20% off your order. What else was amazing? For me, I had a great time spearfishing this time. So if you've seen years past videos, I just had a little 3-prong pole spear, and man, did I suck with that thing. I only shot a bunch of little fish. And so this year, it was actually the last trip down I ordered the gun.
It was right when we got back.
When we were I ordered it from Mexico.
That's true, yeah.
I called the shop in Ventura, California, Blue Tuna Spearfishing.
Yeah.
They're great. And if you use code vanlife, they'll give you 10% off most items.
Yeah, it's in the description of all our videos for them.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
But anyways, I bought a real spear gun, too, actually, because I like to have backup supplies just in case I break things, which I did break one.
Yep.
And man, we shot some real fish this time.
It made a huge difference.
We were eating good.
Yeah.
Ceviche all day long.
Yep.
You would
fish tacos.
Yeah, fish tacos, ceviche. Yeah, that's fish. Lots of fish.
Yeah.
And even if we go back down, I want to get an even bigger gun because I missed a couple of the big fish that were a little even further away.
Right.
But spearfishing, if you haven't done it, it's super fun. If you eat fish.
I even got 2 fish this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I shot some. I will say,
Shania Van shot one too.
Yeah, Shannon got some. And you really need to have good equipment. Like, it's like the first 2 years we tried it, it was kind of like we didn't really commit. You know, I didn't really have a wetsuit. I was wearing Greg's extra one. We didn't have nice stuff. And then, you know, this last year we were like, let's just do it. And it made a huge difference. We had so much fun, because it's not really that fun when you're just swimming around freezing cold, not catching fish. So
yeah, you think if you look on a map, Baja and the Keys are even, but the water's not warm.
No,
so
it's like max 70 degrees.
We highly recommend you go with a wetsuit if you plan on being in the water at all. And I've told many people, and they haven't done it, and then they get down there and they're like, it's cold.
Yeah.
So get one. You'll be thanking me, I promise.
Yeah.
Yeah. What else was good?
So we spent a lot of time in La Paz this year, which was really cool because in the past we've really circled like Cabo and the East Cape, but because we went to Carnaval this year and because Lupe's vet was in La Paz, we ended up back there like 3 or 4 different occasions. And I would say Carnaval was definitely a highlight. It was the first year that they had put Carnaval on since before COVID, so they really went big, and it's just fun, I think, to experience, you know, local festivals. And La Paz is definitely more authentic, I feel, than like the Los Cabos area. It's not as touristy.
Yeah.
It feels like you're actually, you know, having an authentic cultural experience. So I really enjoyed that.
Yeah. What else? We found a couple new spots that we had never gone to.
Yeah.
Which are exciting. We went to one reef to do some spearfishing, and unfortunately the weather wasn't great, but I got down there. They're private roads, so we had to work our way around. And there was a road the van couldn't make it down, but we figured it out.
Yep.
And that spot's cool.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to going back there. We were down on the beach. There were 2 other people snorkeling, and they came out and they said, "Where'd you come from?" Because they came from the multi-million-dollar house that was on the water.
Yeah.
And I said, "We came from the secret spot."
And they're used to not sharing the beach.
So if you know that spot,
yeah,
don't tell anybody.
Yeah, so good reasons to go back, and that actually is a good segue into, you know, some of the reasons why this was our least favorite season so far. One of them being the wind. You know, that spot could have been super cool, and we could have explored that spot for several days, but it was windy.
Yeah.
And it was unsafe with the wind. There was a rip, and we didn't feel comfortable hanging out, and so it was like, well, we'll just come back. And that happened in several spots where the wind just kind of ruined it. You get trapped inside all day because you can't get out on the water. There's no surf.
Yeah, I'll rapid fire why it wasn't as fun this year.
Go ahead.
There are a shit ton of people. It's busy. It's getting busier every year. And people don't always give you some space, even if they had the option to give you space. We had a couple times where we got really crowded when literally we drove really far away from the group to be secluded.
Right.
And still had people pull up on us. The surf was garbage this year. We didn't really score much. I mean, I still got to surf a decent bit, and I still had fun, but it wasn't
not compared to.
Well, I shouldn't say it got huge right when we got down.
Yeah, that one day.
So I had a blast for the first 3 days.
In Santa Rosa La Ita.
Yeah, you're not supposed to tell people because they'll get mad at us.
We made a whole video about it.
I know, but we didn't really score much surf this time, and I brought down five surfboards. Yeah. Yeah, so it was a bummer.
They didn't get used much.
And yeah, it was windy and kind of cold a little bit this year.
Yep.
And and we went the wrong time for the whales both times.
That's true, yeah. That was a bummer. Our timing was off. This was the earliest that we'd gone down. We normally have gone down around mid-February. This year we left right after New Year's. And the whales really peak mid-February to mid-March. So we were there too soon, and then on our way back north, we were too late. And unfortunately, we did pay for a tour on the front end, and we saw like 3 whales.
Yeah, and when we were out on that tour after we spent $50-some a person, we asked, you know, what was the situation there. I said like 20 whales were there, and they said 1,300 come.
Right.
So
that was...
It was pretty sparse. We still saw them. They were still there, but we pet them the other time.
Yeah, if you guys have watched past years, you've seen we have a couple videos of the whales actually coming up to the boat where you can touch them, So yeah, that's pretty much it. She's going to overlay a bunch of cool stuff. You probably already saw that because that was in the beginning. But as always, we love it down there, and we're going to keep going back. Stay tuned to see our new rig once this one hopefully goes in the next week or 2. Yep.
We might have a buyer lined up, so it should be gone hopefully soon. And we're not going to tell you what the new rig's going to be yet because one, I can't get one right now.
Yep.
And two, that would just ruin the surprise.
You gotta stay tuned.
But we are going to be able to go different places.
Right, so yeah, this is not the end of travel for us, but it's gonna look much different going forward. So you'll have to keep an eye on the channel and see what comes next.
Yeah, houses, well, house with maybe bees and chickens, but those will be after more travel, because once you have animals, you got to stick around.
Yeah.
And then new rig.
New rig.
So I think that's it. It's getting breezy out here. Thanks for watching.